Hello everyone, welcome back to GitK Photography, and this is your man GitK, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to process raw images in Lightroom. So after importing your image into Lightroom, this is how your interface is going to be like. It will first be in the library, then you switch to the develop, and this is how your interface is going to look like. So if you want to see your before and after, you have to click on this cycle over here. Then you're going to have the before and after on both sides, so you know what exactly you are doing. All right, to cut everything short, I'm going to show you the color correction first, and then we dive into tweaking or playing around with our colors. So for the color correction, I have created a preset which gives me a head start, so I don't really waste much time on color correction, which is over here, which states the color correction base. And if you want to get this preset, I'm going to give it out for free. Let me know in the comment section. I'll put out the link in my description after that. Okay, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to redo everything. So if you don't want to get a preset, you can also create one for yourself. Yes, so this preset only affects, let's say, this aspect only. It doesn't affect the color or the HSL. All right, so in this our image, you could see the highlights are over the whole image. So all I'm going to do is just bring down the highlights. I normally tackle my highlights first, so reduce everything to -100, sorry. And then you are going to see, when you check from the before and after, you're going to see a difference even on the hoodie she's wearing. All right, and then we bring out the shadows a little because her face looks very dark, and then bring in contrast, and then bring down the whites a little, boost out the blacks too a little, and then normally I add a little bit of clarity in my images. Yes, a little of clarity just to give it that sharpness, and then I add a little bit of vibrance to boost out the colors in the image, because already when you shoot in raw, all the colors look very flat, so you have to rise up the colors, which is the color correction. And when it comes to our temperature, you have to know the kind of mood you want your image to get. So for this image, I want more of blues, or let's see, the kind of cool effect on my image. I don't really like the warm, unless the concept of the shoot demands it. So I'm going to leave it this way, or you can even take it furthermore. But for the standard color temperature is 5000 Kelvin. Yes, that is the standard. But for this, I'm going to leave my own for 4800. Yes, so now let's quickly move to the HSL. So when you check the before and after, you're going to see there are changes in the image. So now let's move to the HSL. So in this image, we could see a lot of blues in it, and I want to tweak, or I want to play around with the colors, especially with the blue. I'm going to change the blue to the cyan mode. So I'm going to shift the slider to the left side a little till I see the blue has become cyan. Yes, and I'm okay with this. So once you are done with the hue, you can also tackle the saturation and then the luminance. And what the saturation means is putting in more colors to the ones you have in the image, or giving it more intensity. So you can desaturate it by taking it to the left, and we can see the cyan has lost completely from the image. And when you boost it up to the right, it's really intensive, which I don't really like that. So I'm going to leave it around here, just a little of it. And then luminance actually means the brightness, or turning down the brightness of that specific color. So you can choose to bring the brightness of the cyan down, and there's how it looks. It doesn't really look well on the image, and when you also take it up bright, it doesn't really look good. So just something that is relatable or in between. Yes, so I think I'm going to leave it up to just 2. And then in my next tutorial, I'm going to talk about this color grading wheel. So if you want me to do a video on that explaining everything, let me know in the comment section. I'll surely do that. And then once I'm done, I move straight into my calibration. Remember, this is just processing your raw file, which is going to be ready for retouching. Yeah, this is not a color grading tutorial. So once I'm done, I just move into my calibration and then add the blue primary, which is the saturation of the blue primary. So I boost it up a little, and then for the hue, I slightly take it to -1 at times, just to pop out the skin tone. Sometimes -1 or 2, it's okay. Yes. And then when I come to effects, I sometimes add which is the vignette, but I don't really think this image needs that. You can as well do some lens correction on your images to take out chromatic aberration if your image has one. Chromatic aberration is those violet lines around your subject. So for now, I don't really know if there's some in it. Let me zoom in and see. Okay, I can't really see one, but let me just take it and so that maybe whilst retouching, if I find one in it, I'm not going to get surprised. So I'm going to take it, so it's going to remove any chromatic aberration in your image. And then you come to details. If you want to sharpen your image more, you can boost the sharpness a little and then reduce the noise in the image and as well the noise color and then the details. So this is how you process your raw image right in Lightroom. You can as well go beyond and do more. So as for this image, we can still see more colors in it, not just the blues. We can still come back to the greens and then boost the greens a little or change the color of the green. So we can take the saturation of the green a bit higher, turn down the brightness, which is the luminance, and then the key thing is the skin tone. Normally skin tone falls under the orange and then the red and sometimes yellow. So these three parts can be your manipulation for the skin tone. So what I normally do is I add a little of brightness to the skin tone to make it look brighter and then boosting the colors a little. That's for the oranges, but I don't touch the hue. Yes, and then moving to my reds and then boosting the brightness of the reds a little and then my yellows as well. So just this little changes and then I'm through. So this is how I process my raw images, or you can process your raw images in Lightroom. If you follow the steps, it's going to look very pretty simple in your workflow. Kindly subscribe if you are new here, and then if you're an old subscriber, please kindly share the link to other photographers or beginner photographers who are out there, and I'm going to really appreciate. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back with more educative videos like this. Peace out.